Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. As the NFL season approaches, the buzz around the Pittsburgh Steelers is intensifying, and one of the most talked about stories right now involves their wide receiver room, specifically the recent developments with veteran receiver Robert Woods. Now, Woods was brought in with high hopes, especially considering his experience and the fact that he's been a reliable target over his career, including a 1,000-yard season just a few years back. But this preseason, things didn't go as planned for Woods. The summer was disappointing, and he struggled to make the impact many anticipated. Despite his veteran status and previous production, the Steelers decided to part ways with him, at least initially, cutting him from the 53-man roster. But here's the twist. Just a few days after the cut, Woods was right back in the Steelers' fold, signing with their practice squad. This move might seem unusual at first glance, but it actually makes a lot of sense when you think about the bigger picture. The Steelers are a team that values depth and versatility, especially at the wide receiver position, which has been a bit of a mixed bag lately. Having Woods in the practice squad allows them to keep that veteran presence available in case of injuries or poor performances from other receivers. Plus, Woods' experience could prove invaluable in the locker room, providing leadership and guidance to the younger guys, like Roman Wilson and Scotty Miller, who have been making waves this summer. Speaking of Wilson and Miller, their emergence has been a bright spot for the Steelers. Wilson, a third-round pick in the 2024 draft, has shown flashes of brilliance, and Scotty Miller's strong summer performances have given the coaching staff options they didn't have before. These developments suggest that the Steelers are feeling pretty confident about their receiver core heading into the season, even without Woods in the main roster. Still, it's hard not to wonder what might have been if Woods had managed to find his rhythm and secure a spot outright. His experience and leadership could have been a calming influence in a room full of younger players, especially as the team prepares for what promises to be a challenging season. Now, let's pause here for a second. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let us continue with the big reveal. The question now is, what's next for Robert Woods? Well, according to reports, Woods requested his release from the Steelers, making it clear he wants to continue his NFL journey only if he can find a spot on a 53-man roster. That's a significant detail because it shows Woods isn't interested in being a backup or just a practice squad player. He wants to be on the field, making an impact, which is understandable given his career trajectory. So, what are his options? Well, with Gabe Davis having already returned to the Buffalo Bills, the market for veteran receivers is somewhat limited. The Steelers could look at adding a veteran like Tyler Boyd, who has roots in Pittsburgh from his college days and has been a dependable slot receiver in the league. However, last year, Boyd didn't exactly light up the field, and his performance was somewhat underwhelming. That said, he's still a name worth considering, especially if the Steelers want to add someone with familiarity with the city and the system. Trade possibilities are also on the table, but seem to be a bit cold right now. The NFL trade market tends to slow down as the season approaches, but Steelers general manager Omar Khan is known for being patient and strategic. He could keep an eye on potential upgrades until the trade deadline, when teams often look to shake things up to improve their rosters. The Steelers are in a good position to wait and see if any veteran receivers become available or if injuries open up new opportunities. While Woods' release might seem minor on the surface, it's a move that could have ripple effects. It's not just about one player, it's about the message it sends and the opportunities it creates for other players to step up. Pittsburgh's coaching staff and management are clearly comfortable heading into this season with the current receiver room, but the door remains open for further additions. And that's what makes the NFL so unpredictable. A team can be one injury away from a completely different look, and Khan will be watching closely to see if any upgrades are worth pursuing. The Steelers' current roster, especially at wide receiver, is a mix of young talent and seasoned veterans, even if Woods isn't in the plans for the regular season anymore. The emergence of Wilson and Miller has shown that this team is developing some promising options, but the veteran presence, like Woods' experience, could have provided an extra layer of stability. Still, with the season just days away, the focus is on what the team has now and whether any last-minute moves could give them an edge. Looking at the bigger picture, the AFC North continues to be one of the most competitive divisions in the league. The Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals, and Cleveland Browns all made significant moves this offseason, and the Steelers are right in the middle of that mix. The division has a history of tough, gritty football, and every game counts. The Steelers, under head coach Mike Tomlin's leadership, always aim to be competitive, and this season is no different. The defense remains a cornerstone of the team, with a formidable front seven and a secondary that's been improving steadily. But it's the offense, especially the receiver unit, that will be under the spotlight. Can rookie quarterback Kenny Pickett take that next step? Will the young receivers step up to give him reliable targets? These are questions that will be answered as the season unfolds. But one thing is clear, the Steelers are always prepared to adapt, and their management, led by GM Omar Khan, isn't afraid to make bold moves if it means strengthening the team. And let's not forget, the NFL is a league of moments, of turning points, and sometimes a single trade or signing can change everything. Woods' situation might seem like a small story now, but it's part of the larger puzzle that could reshape the Steelers' season. The team's focus is on winning, on reaching that elusive Super Bowl again, and every decision they make is with that goal in mind. The competition in the AFC is fierce, but Pittsburgh has built a roster with talent, resilience, and a history of overcoming adversity. As we continue to watch and analyze, it's essential to remember that the NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint. The Steelers have shown time and time again that they can adapt, persevere, and come out strong when it matters most. Their coaching staff, their players, and their front office are all aligned in that mission. So whether Woods finds a new team or not, his brief stint with the Steelers has been a reminder of how fleeting and unpredictable football can be. It's a game of inches, of moments, and every player, whether veteran or rookie, has a role to play in the grand story of this franchise. Looking ahead, the Steelers' schedule is filled with tough matchups, and every game will test their depth and resilience. The offensive line will need to protect Kenny Pickett, and the defense will continue to be a nightmare for opponents. Special teams, as always, could be a key factor in close games. The addition of new talent, the development of young players, and the strategic moves made by Omar Khan and Coach Tomlin will determine whether this team can punch its ticket to the postseason and beyond. In the end, fans can be assured that the Pittsburgh Steelers are always in the hunt. They pride themselves on their gritty, no-nonsense approach, and that won't change this season. The story of Robert Woods is just one chapter in a larger narrative of perseverance and determination that defines this franchise. As the season kicks off, every player, every play, and every decision will be scrutinized and celebrated, because Steelers football is more than just a game, it's a way of life for millions of fans across the world. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news.